Now normally you would only want to put this on dry hair, but rules are made to be broken, and you'll see why in just a sec. Hello, my name's Winston, aka The Breakdown Barber. This is my first video in a series that I'm doing to show people how to style their hair with my new products I'm coming out with. It's called Talisman products. I'm sure I will show a shot of them now. And there you go. So the point of these videos is to show people who don't necessarily do hair how to use these products and easy ways to style their hair on a daily basis. You know, if I was gonna do some more portrait shots and be more extravagant and use this to show other people who do hair about styling, then I would be a lot more dramatic. But, you know, I've kind of simplified it and want to use this as an opportunity to show people how easy it can be to style their hair. So this first video that I'm doing is on my friend Matt. He has kind of like a little, you could call it a quiff on top. The first time that I had cut his hair, he expressed to me that he had a little bit of hair loss. So in this video, I'm kind of focusing on showing how to work with the hair you have and make it look even better than you thought it could. And the goal with that isn't always to make it look like we're hiding anything. It's just to style it in ways that just works. So if you have similar hair to him, this is a great video for you. And I'm going to be posting a lot more of these. I'm going to try to post as many as I can. So now we'll get into it. You can see here, my friend Matt has some recession on the front hairline, and it's really just mostly in the corners. And then as you'll see here in a sec, there is just a little bit of thinning in the back. But after a couple of haircuts, we found that this is the best style for him, and I'm going to show you how I would style it. First, I'm going to get his hair a little damp. Towel dried works fine, you don't want it dripping. And then my first product I'm going to use is my boost powder. You can also call this volumizing dust or texture powder. It has a few different names. Now normally you would only want to put this on dry hair, but rules are made to be broken, and you'll see why in just a sec. After we sprinkle in the boost powder, we will put in some of my sea salt spray. That's the only reason why I put the boost powder on some damp hair first, because we're going to spray a healthy amount of sea salt spray right on top of it and mix it all together. Poof. Anyway, now we're gonna mix it all in really well and get the hair nice and gritty. Then we're going to blow dry, and I'm using a round brush. That's my favorite to use for a style this short. And I'm blow drying it all forward to start, but making sure to pull up and get some tension with my brush, because that's going to give us some volume, and that's what we want. We want volume. That's also why I'm combining the boost powder and the sea salt spray. They both provide great texture, which is obviously in right now, but they also give a lot of volume. And the higher the hair is lifted, the more of a shadow it's going to cast, which is going to make those thinner areas darker, making them appear more full. Now, after we've blow dried the rest of the hair in the directions that we want it to go, we're gonna work on the front. The only difference here is that I'm going to blow dry it straight up and pull up with a lot of tension to get even more volume than on the rest. Then I'll go ahead and blow dry it into place. For anyone not familiar with blow drying your hair to style it, this may seem like a lot of drying, because after it's dry and you're applying this heat to it, that's what makes the hair moldable. If you stop once the hair is dry, then you didn't style your hair, all you did was dry it. By the way, I am using high heat and high air for this style. Anyway, once you're done, go back over everything with cold air. Heat makes the hair moldable, and the cold sets it in. And if you have any particular areas that give you a lot of trouble and have a hard time doing what you want them to, then you need to go over it a lot with high heat and then switch to cold air immediately and go back over it before moving on to any other part of the hair. You can see I already have a lot of volume, but I needed a little more texture in the front, so I'm applying just a little bit more of the boost powder to get the separation and the pieciness that I'm looking for. Like I said, it already looked good and had a lot of volume, but I just wanted it to be a little more jagged looking. Oh, and to add more texture, what I'm doing is twisting my fingers back and forth and using that friction to create some separation to add a lot more texture. What I'm not doing is continuously twisting it in the same direction. Make sure you twist your fingers back and forth and get that friction. So I'll show you a clip of the before again, and all we really did was blow dry it forward, style it forward to cover up those receding corners, and made sure we blow dried with a lot of volume to cover up the one thinning area, and you couldn't really even see it anymore after. And now my client has a sick hairstyle that he can feel confident with, and is pretty simple to style, so he can do it himself at home. Another thing that I love about these products is that a lot of powders and sea salt sprays are really intense, really gritty, and make it hard to move through your hair, and they can make it feel really dry and tangled. But with my products, you can tell something's in your hair when you run your hands through your hair, but you're really only going to run into those issues if you really overdo it and use way too much. But I hope this helps someone out there. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you have a hairstyle that you want a video of that you need help doing yourself at home. But I guess I will get out of your hair now.